Hello, this is Brian Hale with the Harvest USA Report. Associate Economist Megan Williams.
With inflation still high and interest rates on the rise, another issue communities are finding is lack of workers. Communities are still having trouble finding workers who may have left the workplace during the pandemic. Megan Williams, Associate Economist and Manager in the Regional Affairs Department at the Kansas City Fed, tells us more.
A lot of that has to do with the labor force participation rate is definitely lower than it was pre-pandemic. Still having trouble attracting some of those people back into the labor force that exited during that time.
So why is inflation so high right now?
A few things. One is the issue we just talked about. When businesses have trouble attracting workers, they will have to start to increase wages to try to attract those workers. And once that happens, businesses are paying more for workers, then they will have to then in turn look at their own balance sheets and increase their prices to the consumers.
Being that companies can't find workers, Williams said some are turning to automation.
Some are automating, turning to automation instead of using workers to do jobs, which can be good for some things, but can also be problematic in the future when people are looking for jobs. Those aren't there anymore. But I would say, if companies are having trouble with that, then they will turn to automated.
Interest rate hikes are not something anybody wants to see, but Williams said we have to see that if we want to see inflation go down.
Yeah, so by increasing the interest rates, that will in turn kind of turn people away from borrowing, from spending, particularly those purchases that are longer-term purchases, and that's going to slow down the economy, hopefully just slow enough to where we can kind of see that inflation come down without having any too many detrimental impacts.
Once again, that's Megan Williams, Associate Economist at the Kansas City Fed. I'm Casey Shepard.
Thank you, Casey. And that does it for the Harvest USA Report for today. Thanks again for listening, and may God bless. I'm Brian Hale.